Welcome dear student. Today we shall begin with a new chapter in science, that is Introduction to Acid and Base. And this is a part 1 video of this lesson. So let's begin with the lesson. So student, we consume many food items in our daily life. For example, lemon, tamarind, tomato, sugar, vinegar and many more items we consume in our daily life. So do all items taste similar? No. You will notice that some substances have sweet taste and some are bitter, or some are sour and astringent. So the lemon, tamarind, vinegar or amla like substances acquired sour taste due to the presence of a typical substances. That means the taste of different items are different food items are different, and these tastes are depending on the typical type of a substance which are present in that food items. So let's see what are these substances which are present in food items. Let's see. So first we are going to learn about acid. So let's learn what is acid. So acid. So this lemon, tamarind, vinegar and amla, these substances acquire the sour taste, and due to the presence of a typical compound in them, and such compound imparting the sour taste are called as acids. That means acid are the substances which taste like sour. And acid are soluble in water and they are corrosive in nature. That means when we dissolve the acid in water, they are easily soluble and they are corrosive in nature. That means acid are extremely reactive with the other compounds. Means that when they are reacted with the other compounds, acid will form salts, and due to this they destroy the original compound and they can damage our skin also. So acids are highly reactive in nature. So different plants and different animals contains acids also. Like in fruits like oranges and lemon, they contain citric acid, and plants also contain succinic acid. And animals also have the amino acids which are present in them. So different animals and plants containing acids in them. Now we will see the natural acids. So what are the natural acids? So natural acids, acid present in foodstuff are called as a natural acids, or they are also called as a carbonic acid, and these acids being weak in nature are called as a weak acid. So natural acids are the weak acids. Now we have the mineral acid. Now mineral acid, basically these are the lab made acid. That means the production of these acids are done in the laboratory. So they are the caustic or inflammatory. That means they burn our skin, eyes when we are in direct contact with these acids. So they are very harmful to our skin and us. For example, sulfuric acid like H2SO4, hydrochloric acid HCl, and nitric acid, that is HNO3, and these are very strong acid. These are the highly reactive acid in nature, and these are very dangerous to our skin also, and the skin gets burned when their concentrated solution falls on the skin. So similarly, their vapors if inhaled can be harmful to our health, and strong concentrated acids are converted into their dilute acid by slowly adding them into water, and such dilute acids are less harmful than their corresponding strong acid. That means the concentrated acid which are highly reactive, they should be changed into the dilute acid. And how dilute acids are prepared? in the concentrated acid, when we add some amount of a water, they can be converted into the dilute acid, and these dilute acid are a little less harmful from the original one, that is concentrated acids. Now we should learn about base. So what is base? Let's learn about it. If you taste dilute solution of baking soda, that is NaHCO3, and you will find it astringent, bitter. That means the taste of it is very strong and raw type. It is very bitter type taste, okay, of the dilute solution of baking soda. And substances having astringent or bitter taste and slippery to touch, example lime water. For example, lime water means calcium hydroxide, baking soda, that is NaSCO3, and caustic soda, that is NaOH, and soap are called as bases. That means the substances which contains the bitter like taste are called as a base, and these are very slippery to touch. Bases are completely different from acids, and chemically they have properties opposite to that of acids, and they are also inflammatory to our skin in their concentrated form. Now we know that the distilled water is tasteless. First of all, what is distilled water? So distilled water is it can be prepared by heating the water at a point, by heating the pure water at a point till all the vapor water is get converted into the steam, and that steam or vapor condense or cool and return again to its liquid form, so that it will free from all the chemicals, all the impurities and contaminants like bacteria, viruses, okay. So this is a distilled water, and the taste of the water is, and the distilled water is tasteless, and water is neither acidic nor basic. So distilled water is mainly used in the laboratory. Now after learning about the acid and base, we will continue with the indicators. So let's see what are these indicators. The substances which change their colors in presence of acid or base are indicators, and the substances which are neither acidic nor basic and are chemically inert in nature, and touching or tasting of acid or base is very harmful, and hence typical indicator used to recognize them. That means if we touch or taste the to detect the substance is acidic or not, or it is basic, so it is very harmful. So that's why due to this to avoid these types of harmfulness, what we are doing, we are using the indicators to detect the substances acidic or basic in nature. Now we learn about the laboratory indicators. So let's learn one by one. Now litmus paper. In the laboratory, litmus paper is mainly used to test alkali or base, and this paper is made by an extract of lichen plant. It is red or blue colored. You can see in the picture that is it is a blue and red color, and also available in neutral strips. So blue litmus paper turns red on dipping in acid, and red litmus paper turns blue by alkali. That means when if the solution is acidic, so what happened, the litmus paper turns red, okay, and if the substance is basic, so it turns blue when dipped in the alkaline solution. So this is how the laboratory indicators or litmus paper used to detect whether the given solution is acidic or basic or alkaline in nature. Next laboratory indicator is methyl orange. So this is a type of a indicator, and to use it when we dip this indicator on when the in acidic solution, when drops of methyl orange are added, it turns into pink. But when the methyl orange is added to alkali or basic solution, it turns in yellow color. You can see in the picture. Next indicator is phenolphthalein. So this is also used to detect the solution is acidic or basic. So when the phenolphthalein is added into acidic solution, it becomes colorless. And when phenolphthalein is added into the alkaline or basic solution, the color of the solution turns into pink. That means if pink colored, it is basic, and if colorless, it is acidic. Next indicator is methyl red. So color of this indicator is red, and when this indicator is added into the acidic solution, it becomes red. You can see the two test tube in which one is red and other is yellow, and when the solution turns yellow in color, that means the solution is basic in nature. So this is how we are using the laboratory. By using the laboratory indicators, we can able to detect the given solution is acidic or basic in nature by changing the color of the indicators. Next is a natural indicator. So the indicators that are obtained from plants are known as a natural indicator. That means on non-availability of the laboratory indicators, the natural indicators can be made by using several domestic substances like plants. So these are the natural indicators. For example, turmeric, red cabbage, spinach, radish, and hibiscus. So by using these type of plant substances, we can make the natural indicators to detect the substance acidity or basicity of the solution or substance. Now here we have to learn the making of red cabbage indicator. That means by using of the red cabbage, we have to make the indicator, natural indicator. So for this, first we have to put leaves of carrot cabbage in a small quantity of water, and we have to heat or boil the water. Now once the solution of cabbage leaves cool down, dip papers in it. That means here we have to dip the filter paper in it, strips of filter paper in it, and we have to let it dry. Now make strips of dried paper, and in this way prepare red cabbage indicator. So here we have prepared the red cabbage indicator. What will happen when baking soda solution will be added to the orange juice? So student, when the baking soda solution is added into it, what happens to orange juice? The effervescence, or you can see the bubbles emerges out from the orange juice. So this means that the baking soda solution in the acidic solution, bubbles come out of effervescence is produced. That means orange juice is acidic in nature, and due to this acidic nature, the bubbles are coming out from the juices. Student, by using of the different indicators, we are able to detect the acidic or basic substance of the nature. So student, I hope you all have understood this session, and next part of this lesson we are going to continue in our next session. Thank you.